Coming to you live from the Black Goat 39 studios, this is the Guru Talkin Sports podcast. This is episode 52. Now here's your host, the Guru of Sports. Coming to you live from the Black Goat 39 studios, this is a special edition of the Guru Talkin Sports podcast. Thank you. It's good to be back. Thank you, people. And please, take your seats. Clear the aisles. Hello, sports fans, and welcome. Welcome to episode 52 of the Guru Talkin Sports podcast. I am your host, the Guru of Sports. Hey, this is episode 52. Now, I want to say that I want to thank my guests from last week, and we had a very, very, very great conversation. Mr. Danny Rivera, and like I told you before, if you don't know who Danny Rivera is, he's a very, very good man. He's a great man. He's basically the first person to actually have a Spanish rap, bilingual rap. And, he like I said, he broke barriers and set a lot of people, set a lot of things in motion. And basically, he did it. I mean, he's really one of my favorite rappers of all time as well. The Mean Machine is a group that'll always go down in history as one of the greatest and the first to ever have a bilingual rap, and he opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. If you didn't hear the episode 51, you got to go back and check it out, because like I said, everything that he had mentioned was true to heart, and believe me, it was a great conversation. Usually, sometimes I don't sit up and I just, don't say too much. But when the conversation was this great, I just let the guest talk and do what he does best. I mean, like I said, when he explained it, it was great. Everything was great. And like I said, personally, I think he's a great person, and I appreciate him. Now, I want to introduce someone to my left. If you're here in the studios, he's to my left. Mr. Caden Guru is back. Caden Guru, welcome back to the Guru Talkin Sports podcast. How are you today, Caden?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you. This has been the first time I've seen Caden in person in about maybe a month and a half or so. Month and a half because of the pandemic. The COVID-19 is still out there, and I'm glad to say that Caden is doing good, and he's basically doing, his thing. He's doing school work, and school is coming along. They're going back to school, and like I said, I appreciate you, Caden. Also here is, you know who he is. Goaty's back. Yeah, Goaty's here. Now, Goaty, how you been? All right, he's been good. Okay. All right, Goaty, too much for you. You better play the song at the end of this thing, because if not, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to end up firing your ass. But anyway, also I want to mention that Derek B, he's not on for a couple of episodes, only because he's working and he's doing his thing. But like I said, Derek B is going to be back for, the big episodes. Probably be back for episode 60 and definitely he'll be back for the NFL season. I really enjoyed him, and like I said, right now we have been doing a lot of things, and like I said, I've been trying to get a lot of people on and doing a lot of different things, but I wanted to make sure that Derek B, let you guys know that Derek B will be back, definitely be back, and I appreciate him. Thank you, Derek B, for a great football season. I mean, you basically nailed it on the head and basically did everything. It was a great time to have you on. But like I said, right now, a couple of episodes I'm going to be doing, by myself, and I wanted to tell you that I thank you for, your time and your contributions to my podcast and making me look okay. I can't look well. The guru always look good, and he's always right. So you know how that goes. Anyway, thank you, Derek B. Now, we got a few things that we got to talk about, and this week, I don't know why, but this is episode 52. Now, I want to mention this. On Monday, this podcast will turn 1 year old, and it's kind of funny because like episode 52 comes the 52nd week, which is, like I said, 1 year. 1 year is going to be our anniversary on Monday the 22nd. I did this on February 22nd, 2020 was my first episode. And like, if you can't tell, I was nervous back then, and I'm still a little nervous now. So I want to say, giving me a year of doing this, it's a great time. And I really appreciate all the support, the people listening out there. And like I said, we're growing. I'll mention that a little bit later. But anyway, I appreciate everyone out there. Now, episode 52, we got a few things to talk about. First of all, Caden Guru wanted me to talk about this, the Philadelphia Eagles. And, gosh, why is it always seems as though the Philadelphia Eagles are always in the spotlight, always looking for the attention, and always demanding the respect? Oh, I don't know. I want to ask you, Caden, what is it about Philadelphia that, the Eagles, why do you guys just want all the respect all the time? Why?
We're a big market and for like sports, and we take our sports very seriously.
Yeah, I know you guys do. You take it very seriously, but if you take it seriously to run your quarterback out of the city.
I'm not one of those fans.
You're not one of those fans, no. Now I want to ask you, what you going to do with your Wentz jersey now?
Probably just look back at all the memories of it.
Okay, now I'm gonna play a little clip from the news from this morning, and listen to this. Listen to this. If you guys listen to this.
Gone. The Eagles fan's video of removing his Carson Wentz apparel has been seen thousands of times on Instagram.
What a shame. I mean, imagine someone in 2018 telling me this would happen. I mean, I thought he was going to be here for a decade. He's mean, he's largest, and up to youth extra large, and I think there's a couple adult.
Meanwhile, in Havertown, C&M Sporting Goods is darn near giving Wentz away. At 80% off, this piece of fabric has entered the pantheon of regretful Eagles purchases.
I'd definitely say it's number one, because, yeah, he was your franchise quarterback. How often do you see a franchise quarterback get traded?
There are options if you want to alter your Wentz jersey. Just a little tape, and there. Describes it pretty perfectly. But if you are like me, you maybe want to look towards the past and the future. He's available,
Matter of fact, I got 6. 2 different styles, salutes of service.
All right, now, in that little clip, there was a couple guys talking about the franchise quarterback and how, this shouldn't have happened and everything. But it happened. We all knew that he was going to be going, and someone had laid a bet on it from, will Carson Wentz be going this week? I said, yeah. I basically said, yeah. Now, there's two different subjects here I want to get into with the Eagles because, first of all, the Philadelphia Eagles, traded Carson Wentz for a 3 and a 2, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
A 3 and a 2. But here's the condition. He's got to play 75% of the plays for it to turn into a 1. Is that correct?
And make the playoffs.
And make the playoffs. Okay. Now, if the Indianapolis Colts are pretty smart, they can pull off the Philadelphia Eagles. They can basically say, okay, when he gets about 74% of the plays, they can sit him and say, hey, well, we wanted to look at Jacoby Brissett and see what he's still got. And then that would be so shady for them to do that and say, okay, well, we're not giving you a 1. You're going to take this 3 and 2. Now, a lot of places I've listened to, they said that the Eagles were shopping him around for like 2 number 1s. And look at what happened. He gets to a 3 and a 2, right? A 3 and a 2. Now, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a Philadelphia basher. Even though that a lot of people out there will say I am, I'm not a Philadelphia basher. I just try to tell it like it is. And I tell you the truth. Now, the truth of the matter is that I knew this guy was not a franchise quarterback. I knew he wasn't. But everybody was saying, well, you're wrong. You're wrong, Guru, because he's going to be here for about like 20 years. What, 5? It was 5, right? 5 years, Caden Guru? 5 years. Okay, he was there 5 years. And then he got to the point where he said, okay, well, you guys drafted this great Jalen Hurts guy. Now that means that, well, what's going on with that? Then he throws his hands up in the air and just acts like a baby and wants out. Okay, they gave him his wish. Now, if the Eagles were really smart, they would have just traded him to Chicago. And Chicago would have gave him a 1, right? They would have gave him a 1. But he didn't want to go to Chicago. You know what I would have said? Okay, you don't want to play for me? We'll give you to Chicago. And you know what type of team Chicago is. They're pathetic. And I don't know who in the world wants to play in Chicago right now. Nobody. Okay. Now, the Eagles are basically, from the tanking and all the draft picks, they didn't release Deshaun Jackson, Malik Jackson, Ertz might be going, and my thing about this is really truthful. Listen to this now. If the Eagles were smart, they would get rid of Howie Roseman. Is that right? Would you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm talking to Caden Guru here, right? He's a resident Eagle fan, and I'm laying it out like it is. I said you guys should have got rid of Howie Roseman a long time ago, because I want to ask you one question. If Carson Wentz was doing one of the best quarterbacks or whatever, why is it that you got 2 guys on that line that are basically worthless? Jason Peters and Lane Johnson. Lame Johnson. That's right. I call him Lame Johnson. He's a bum to me, to tell you the truth. Jason Peters stays hurt all the time, and they just feel as though that they have to give him the old treatment of, give him the old company spirit treatment. No, you know what? He ain't playing. He hurt all the time. You got to get rid of him. You got to move on. Get some fresh guys up there on that offensive line to protect these guys. That's probably why Carson Wentz was so bad. But then again, Carson Wentz was bad because of, I guess those injuries. He's always hurt. So, I'm laying it out on the line. I'm telling the truth. Am I telling the truth right now? Caden Guru thinks I'm telling the truth. And I'm laying it out. The Guru's always right. But see, the thing is that nobody wanted to listen to Guru a while back when I told you guys, okay, Alshon Jeffrey, Jason Peters, Deshaun Jackson, all these guys got to go. You got to make room for the new guys. And believe me, okay, you passed on, what's his name? DK Metcalf.
Justin Jefferson.
You passed on Justin Jefferson. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Howie Roseman takes a quarterback at number 6. A quarterback at number 6. Now, why would you take a quarterback at number 6 when you got all these receivers that you need, and you got the quarterback that basically can run this offense and play? You know, I don't listen to Guru, okay? Philadelphia fan, don't listen to Guru. Because to tell you the truth, Guru's telling you the truth right now. Y'all needed to get rid of Howard Roseman. Get you a brand new GM. Maybe you got somebody that can basically come in and, understand how to put together a team. You know what? Get rid of these old players that are... Alshon Jeffrey shouldn't even be on an NFL roster right now. Tell you the truth. He's terrible. Hey, he's old. He won a Super Bowl 4 years ago with you guys? 4 years ago. 17, right? 2017. I still don't remember them winning the Super Bowl in 2017. But anyway, get rid of those guys. Now, like I said, they're going to get rid of Malik Jackson and Ertz. Like I said, he might be gone. I honestly, if I was running the Eagles, which I wouldn't want to, but I'll tell you what I would do. I would get rid of Howard Roseman. I would get me a good receiver. What's that receiver that you was talking about?
Chase.
Huh?
Ja'Marr
Chase. I would probably go after the Heisman Trophy winner. What's his name? Devontae Smith. I would go after him and try to do the right thing and, try to get some flyers down there. And, like I said, Jalen Hurts is going to be a good quarterback. I like him. And tell you the truth, I really think that he's going to be the truth. I'm not joking with you, Philadelphia. I'm telling you right now. Now, I want to go to the 76ers. Now, I don't understand how I start off this podcast talking about the Eagles and the 76ers. I never thought I would do it. But anyway, Joel Embiid looks good. I mean, this guy is really, really looking good. I watched him last night. He hit 50. And what can you say? I think that, that's what they needed. They needed a coach like Doc Rivers to get these guys in gear. They don't have Simmons. I don't know if he's illness or whatever. He's not on the COVID list, right? He's not on the COVID list. So basically he's not playing. Joel Embiid has to pick up all the slack, and he looks good. Tobias Harris is playing good. This team is gelling at the right time. I still don't think that they can beat out my Nets, but they're going to be really tough. I know that they have the lead right now, but when we get Kyrie Irving, Harden, and Durant to play on the same night, and that's kind of hard to do because it seems like they always out. They're going to challenge. They're going to be a challenge to the 76ers. I do like what I see with the Philadelphia 76ers. They look pretty amazing. The other night, like I said, I watched them, and they just basically they have the pieces. It's just that can Doc mold these guys into a championship caliber team? That's the big question. Doc is the right coach for them. Brett Brown, he was just a figurehead that stayed there through all the losing. They just figured that, hey, all the tanking that they did, they should have been, a lot better after they got all these other guys. But, like I said, right now, they look good. They look good. And I do think that Doc Rivers makes a big difference for the 76ers. They look amazing for right now. All right. I wanted to talk about some baseball. I got some football. I got, a couple other little things I wanted to mention. And speaking of basketball, I do want to mention that there is going to be an all-star game. March 7th is the all-star game. And this is funny because most of the guys don't want to play it. I don't blame them because, hey, you know what? For the Lakers and the Heat and a couple other teams, they played a long, long season in the bubble. And now they feel as though that they should get some rest. I mean, it should have been like just a break in the season to give these guys like maybe 4 or 5, maybe a week's rest. But like I said, with the pandemic and no fans, they got to generate some kind of revenue, because believe me, with no All-Star game, the All-Star game is actually the third highest grossing event other than the conference finals and the finals. And again, like I said, they wanted to make sure that they get this All-Star game in. Commissioner Silver did mention that it was a good reason for it, but some people are, opposed to it. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms of Atlanta said, no, we don't need no extra people here, because she has a hashtag, which I really love, and it's called hashtag we full. We full. We can't help it. We full. The All-Star game is going to be played in Atlanta. But like I said, Mayor Bottoms said, no, we full. We full. We can't have no more people up in here. Because of the pandemic and everything. That was funny. That was really funny. But, I think that what they're going to do is they're going to have the 3-point contest at the beginning. They're going to have the game. And in the middle, at halftime, they're going to have the slam dunk contest. Now, you're going to jam all these three into one night. Well, I don't know. Let's see how it works. I think it's going pretty good little deal here. What do you say, Goldie? I know, Goldie. What do you say, Kaden? What do you think?
This is
going to be a lot, yeah. But I think it might be kind of funny or kind of good to see. I know one thing. I'll make sure that I'm gonna have my DVR ready to tape all that and make sure that I get it all on there. But the skills competition would be nice to have, but I guess they're gonna bypass the skills competition for this time. But just jamming it all in makes a lot of sense, I guess. Now, I do want to mention some baseball. The Padres, man, these guys they're loading up. And I'm telling you right now, the best, it ain't the Yankees and the Red Sox. The best rivalry is in baseball right now is the Los Angeles Dodgers, my Los Angeles Dodgers, and the San Diego Padres. These guys are going to be going at it. And if looking at the calendar right now, it's the 20th of February, and you got, spring training camps opening up. And believe me, I tell you, the Padres are going to be stacked. They wrapped up Fernando Tatis for 14 more years. And they gave him, $340 million or $350 million. They gave him a lot of money. But I don't know how they're going to do it, because they got 2 players on their team over $300 million. And that, hey, if they can swing it, they can swing it. I don't know how, but they can swing it. But believe me, you got Machado and Tatis. They're going to be the core of this franchise. Blake Snell, they got all these new pitchers, and they got, oh man, they're going to be stacked. They are going to be stacked. And believe me, it's going to be tough. Dodger fans, I love y'all. I love the Dodgers, but I'll tell you one thing. Them guys down the road in San Diego, they look like they're building a monster down there. And believe me, it's going to be something else. I do want to mention a story that I heard earlier this week. I don't think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of like, I don't know. Lorraine Gross, her father designed the Super Bowl trophy, and we saw Tom Brady and all these guys, they were on the boats and they were having a good time, and Tom Brady he took it through he threw the trophy over to another boat. I'm sitting up here watching the Lakers and the Heat right now, and they had a little situation, and blood was on Kuzma, and Anthony Davis is sitting out, and he's basically he's sitting out, but he's got a little bit of blood on him and stuff. So I don't know what that is, but that was a distraction. Anyway, I was going back to Miss Lorraine Gross. She got mad because Brady threw the Super Bowl trophy and kind of disrespected it. And I understand where she's coming from. But then again, like I said, Brady's got 7 of these. He doesn't care. He knew that, it was fun for them because they got out there, they got on the boats, they were celebrating, having a parade and everything. But, Miss Gross, I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate, the fact that the Super Bowl trophy is, kind of sacred. You got to treat it with that respect. But I don't think that you should lose any sleep over it, believe me, because, if that was me, I would have made sure I would have caught it, definitely. I would have caught it. Tom Brady throwing it, I bet you anybody would definitely catch it. All right, getting down to a little bit of nitty gritty now. Couple points I wanted to mention in closing arguments. I'm not doing opening arguments anymore. I'm doing closing arguments. Caden, do the closing argument thing. All right, good. It sounds like a rapid fire, but it's okay. I appreciate it, Caden. Caden Guru is here. He's an executive producer. He produces this stuff, and he also makes the sound effects too. So, I wanted to say big victory cigar to Miss Naomi Osaka. She won her second Australian Open, and she won it in 2019 and 2021, which is today. She's 4-0 in her Grand Slam career, and she beat out Jan Brady. And what a nice, story, because she's a rising superstar in the tennis world. And believe me, undefeated, 4-0 in Grand Slams, which is really good. Now, I forgot to mention that we had a passing. And we wanted to mention that, I wanted to say something about this guy. I didn't really know him that well, but I wanted to say that, it was kind of really shocking and stunning about the way I heard it when he passed away. Actually, I'm going to have to go to Taps right quick. Vincent Jackson passed away, and like I said, I didn't know him or anything. I didn't meet him or anything, but he was a second-round draft choice back in 2005 for the San Diego Chargers, and he also played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They found him in a hotel room, and they still haven't found out any information on his passing. But my condolences go out to him and his family. And like I said, Vincent Jackson was a great receiver. My condolences. And, it's kind of tough when you meet or you talk to people and you have to, deal with certain people and everything. But this is kind of tough. I'm not a big person on talking about ill will towards death or anything, but I try to do the right thing all the time. And, it's hard when you see good people die. He was only 38 years old. 38 years old. And believe me, that was really young. Really young. yeah, some of these, sports people that pass away, it really hits me a little bit. But I just wanted to say that, Vincent Jackson, rest in peace, and take care of yourself. God take care of you. All right, now I do want to mention that before I get out of here, that we've been doing a lot of great stuff, and believe me, the podcast has been expanding and really expanding big time. I think in episode 50, we basically talked about how many apps that we had, and we're growing. We're growing big time. But, like I said, right now is that we're getting up there. We're about like maybe close to about 70 or 80 different apps. And believe me, there's so many apps out there that you can find podcasts. But I just want to say thank you for, 1 year. In 1 year, we basically went from a little couple of people listening to about, a lot of people listening. And we got a lot of people that listen over in Asia. We got people that listen in different countries, Serbia. There's people listening over in Iran, Iraq. I don't know how, but this thing has got a little bit bigger, and I really appreciate the support, and I really appreciate everyone, the work that we've been doing and trying to make this thing grow for the longest time. I just wanted to mention that, you follow us on social media. YouTube has been really good. YouTube channel is my channel, the Guru of Sports Show on YouTube. Facebook, I'm at Guru's Daily Shorts. I'm El Briscoe on Facebook. If you ever check out Facebook, I'm on there. El Briscoe. The Guru OS 39 on IG, and Guru's Kids DAE. Guru's Kids DAE is Daisy, Alex, and Ellie. Ellie and Alex was just in here a second ago, and they were running around here, and they're really, really good little children to have, and I love them very much. They're something else. They're really, really funny and really crazy. Gmail me at gurusdailyshorts@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter. I'm at Goat39 on Twitter. Goaty, I don't know why you have a Twitter page, but you do. He's at Black Goat 39 on Twitter. Podcast outlets, believe me now, we're growing. And I tell you, I'm going to just give you a couple of the newer ones that we're on right now. Podcast Guru, Double Pod, Podbite, Podbite Republic, I guess. Podcast, Podbean, Podcast Go, Antenna Pod, Bullhorn, Get Podcasts. Oh my gosh, this is all these. Cast Mix, podcast app, daily podcast app. We're on a lot of them. Like I said, we're on maybe close to about like 70 or 80 different ones right now. And like I said, if we get up to about 100, I'm going to try to run down all 100. Believe me, there's a lot of them. I want to say big props and thank you to Mr. Damian Adams, The Real Deal with Damian Adams. I appreciate your podcast. Mr. Jeff Duarte, I'm sorry. I wrote that article for Vincent Jackson the other day. It was really, really touching. And believe me, it's hard. Mr. Jeff Duarte is the big cheese and main man over at Cali Sports News, and I appreciate you. The Hip Hop Dudes, brothers, I really appreciate you as well. Danny Rivera, thank you for the conversation. I'm going to be looking forward to speaking with you pretty soon and basically bring you back a little bit in the future. But to tell you the truth, me and Danny did not talk about sports because, like I said, the conversation was really good with us talking about hip-hop and everything. And very, very respected, great conversation. Jeff Shepard, my man Happy the Original Pioneer, Reggie Reg, King Charlie Prince, Positive K, and my main man, Cool Kyle Starchild. Appreciate you. Haven't heard from, we haven't talked in a while. It's just been really rough going. I understand, but we'll get to talk soon. My crew, Caden Guru, he's here. He's my executive producer. I really appreciate you. Vinny V, my executive technical advisor. Ray Guru, Mr. Ray Guru with the music. He's my musical director and engineer. Dante Guru is the backup co-host to the co-host to the co-host. And my man Derek B is the co-host, and I appreciate you, Derek. Thank you for a great football season. We'll be back. He'll be back soon. Believe me, he will be back soon. Now, our motto is, this has been a Black Goat production for Black Goat Entertainment. All rights reserved, all copies reserved. 2021, all rights reserved. And like I said, we don't steal from nobody. We always ask. And, I meant to tell you that Danny actually gave me the okay to play this. And, I'm actually going to try to play this. I tried to play a little bit of stuff the other day when we were on, but I apologize, Danny. Like I said, doing everything without Caden Guru is hard. Right, Caden Guru?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it. But anyway, I appreciate Caden Guru, and I'm glad he's here. And Goody ain't going to do a damn thing because he's too lazy to do anything. But like I said, I really appreciate everybody, and I really appreciate just being able to talk to you guys and explain to you guys that the podcast is not just basically me talking all the time and, telling you all these crazy things, but just to let you laugh, listen, and enjoy it. Because believe me, I enjoy doing what I do. Like I said, I do what I do because I really enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy talking sports. And this is one of my passions, one of the things I really wanted to do a long time ago. I always thought that being on ESPN would be my thing. But if I can't do it from them, on that perspective, I'm going to do it on my own. And believe me, I got a lot of things that I'm working on that I'm trying to do on my own. And believe me, it's been trying. It's been a challenge, but the thing about it is that I really appreciate, just being able to step in and do it on my own. And like I try to tell Caden Guru here, that years from now, you'll see. It's something that if you love something really a lot, you'll enjoy it. And it won't be work. It won't be work. Now, I want to say thank you once again. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening. I think Goody got this. Do you got this, Goody? Okay. Now, I'm going to play a song from Mr. Danny Rivera, and I want to thank you once again, Danny. Thank you, and believe me, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. And I apologize for messing up your name, because like I said, I'm nervous most of the time when I do this stuff or I'm on the air. But like I said, I'm going to shake out all the cakes or whatever and just try to talk. But anyway, you guys enjoy yourself. I'll see you back here next week. I'm going to try to bring in another special guest. I'm going to try to do the flip-flop. Maybe someday on the even ones, I'll probably do, live. And then on the other ones, I'll probably do guests. So I'm going to try to bring in a guest next week. You guys take care. Have a great one. Be safe. And like I said, this has been the Guru Talking Sports podcast, episode number 52. Caden Guru, you want to say goodbye?
See y'all later.
Take it easy. Thank you, Caden. He's a man of few words, believe me. Goody, you better have the song right, because if not, your ass is gonna hit the bricks. Anyway, here's Disco Dream by the Mean Machine and my man Danny Rivera and the great guys from the group. Thank you. Guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Later.
want you to be my woman.
Party people, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The party people, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
With a disco beat.
Call me machine. Rapping to the river with the greatest of beats. Well, my niggas should be making up back to back. And I owe your mama see this work upon out. So girl, I'm on Mr. Chick and you'll be amazed. Cause my rap is real sharp like a razor blade.
Well, my name is Julio and I'm on the go.
And then together we do it in stereo. Our style is so sweet, like sugar and spice.
You never hear us rap
Without Mr. Nice, united we stand.
anybody we fall. You put us together,
You'll have a ball. We're gonna show you what we're all about.
and individually,
We gonna shout it out.
so Jimmy Mac,
Hey, you know
that
that
you're ready to rock. So just get on your mic and shoot for the top.
I want my niggas in the Mac and I'm slender and tall. Got a high IQ and I like to play ball. When I'm not on the court, I'm on the mic. And when I rap to the rhythm, it's cute. And I like a little bit of tuna with some mayonnaise. When you hear shake rap, you'll be amazed. So why the people in the place don't you be misled? I'm just approving the bump to all the knuckleheads. So Mr. Shake get quick, you know you're quick. So why don't you get on the mic and rap a little like this? So shocking by the back and think about the never stopping. Know it's coming, never going, getting crazy, never lazy. Hypnotizing, mesmerizing, money making, booty shaking. Got the power, never sour. I'm expanding, never landing. Always smoking, never cooking, overtaking, never breaking one time.
For the people,
Check it out, 2 times.
for the party.
Come on, let's go to work. Come on, party people, let's go berserk. I like slam,
Say it.
hot doing a jerk.
Let me see your body work.
One to the funky beat,
What you funky son?
to the beat that makes your booty bounce.
So Mr. Nice,
Freak dance,
rock shock in the house.
show the party people what you're all about.
Then you rock it to the west. Cause when you rock with us, you don't raise the fuss. Cause you're rocking with the best. Cause we're understanding.
Not demanding,
To be a mean machine,
you got to be outstanding.
dealing with these
Circumstances, we know how to get on down. Go dip to the rhythm,
rock to the beat.
well, if you didn't pay attention, then I really it is a body situation, it's a moving combination, it's a definite manipulation, so we give you demonstration. Julio, the intelligent rapper, laying down his rhythm, cause he's truly a master.
Love thyself and love thy brother. We're all God's children, no matter what color. Forget about drugs, don't be dumb. Come on, everybody, let's have some fun. Just throw your hands in the air and wave them in the atmosphere.
Everybody.
Get crazy, and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like the sounds and you want somebody, everybody scream aloud and say 10-4, 10-4. Cause we got much more in store. We got something new. We got something new. We got something new. We want y'all to hear. So come a little closer and lend us your ears. So Mr. Shake it. You know you're cool. Show the party people you can rap like too.
Huepa, ahí nada más. Les abrí las puertas a este ritmo, sí que tanto les fascina. Se lo traje en español, mi gente, para América Latina. Si ustedes quieren gozar y de la vida disfrutar, pues olviden los problemas y empiecen a bailar. Tiren sus manos al aire, yes, means throw your hands in the air. Y sigan con el baile, means dance your body like you just don't care. Como la sal y la pimienta que sazonan tu comida. Aquí está mi machine para sazonar tu vida.